Hello and welcome back to another episode of the Late Winner FPL Show. Welcome back, Rishabh and Saurabh. Today, before we move forward, please remember to like, share, and subscribe to our videos and follow us on social media handles, for which you can find the links in the description below. So today we're going to have the team reveal video for you guys, and along with that, we'll also have the captaincy picks as well. So let's start with this week's game week fixtures. Obviously, the first one for this week, which we have, is I think is Watford versus Liverpool. I think one of the most enticing fixtures as well, because Liverpool has been in great form, and Watford just right before the international break sacked their manager, and 𝗕𝗲𝗓𝗕𝗏 has been appointed the manager for Watford. So it's an interesting time to see how Watford change their games and tactics. And usually the other thing is that the first match of the game week has never resulted in great points for the captain. So if anybody is thinking of thinking of Salah as their captain, I think it's time to actually reevaluate your decisions, because 12:30 game time has never resulted in a great week for anybody in this
I totally forgot
FPL
about that.
season so far.
I totally
Yeah,
forgot about
I mean that's not entirely correct. I mean, obviously, like even if you go
that.
back to City versus Arsenal, like Torres probably scored 18 points in that game.
But
I
at least
think
that has been the case for us
But
for past
Torres was not
5
an out
games.
and out. Torres was not an out and
captaincy
out
choice.
captaincy pick. So
Yeah,
he was a
Yeah,
differential captain for many
yeah.
who
The
like
the
to
only
play.
and the only time Salah is blanked is in that 4:30 fixture,
Yeah,
for
against Burnley. Against Burnley.
against Burnley. Yes.
Yeah.
so
okay.
But
so
yeah,
Most
the,
for
the
reason.
interesting the interesting point over here is that Salah averages around 11.5 points per match against Watford. So it's a pretty d-
Tough decision to make.
interesting thing to look at.
But Mane averages more, I think, more than Salah in Watford, against Watford. Sorry.
Okay.
So, so if
So,
anybody's
so
actually
I,
looking
so I,
to,
so based on the discussion we have had, uh, a player who is not an out and out choice, I think in this case Mane should be transferred into the team and made the captain, right? Am I
Probably.
correct?
all right,
Probably.
okay, thank you
So
guys for
yeah, as
thank you so much. So I will make sure that I will remove Salah from my team and put Mane in my team because I'm already on my wild card. So yeah,
like we mentioned during the yesterday's episode, for the differentials, we also mentioned that we'll be talking about the players who are likely to miss the matches for this game week as well. So I think Fabinho and Allison are at risk for the Watford and Liverpool fixture,
Yeah.
because they play, I think they have like around 35 hours of gap between their last match, which happened today for Brazil, and the next match which they play on Saturday. So I think there's a high probability that they probably won't be able to start in that match.
Right. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So yeah, I mean, all thanks to Sky Sports who has already presented with the list who are going to be like the players who are going to be missing in each fixture.
Yeah.
So if you want to go over that,
Yeah, we
Yeah,
can
it's
go with
yeah. I
this
mean,
first. Yeah, I can take this also. So, the next fixture that we have is, as you can see, Man City and Burnley, and uh, we have in this list we have the players, the major players who are part of the team regular playing 11 mostly, and will not be might not feature in the weekend game. So for Man City, Burnley, Edison and Gabriel Jesus are at risk. As you can see, they have just 37.5 hours gap, and it is difficult for a player to fly in from Brazil to England and then have a go in the first on the first day of the game week. So I think they are again at risk for the Leicester United game. Edinson Cavani, I don't think he is there in many people team, but again, Edinson Cavani is a risk. Fred, along with Fred from Brazil.
of,
Uh,
of course, of course, he's a risk because Ronaldo is going to be benched. So I guess.
I hope not. I'll be shouting out abuses for 𝗕𝗲𝗧𝗘 on Twitter definitely, or on the channel also. But yeah, moving on for the Aston Villa and Wolves game, you see Emi Martinez again, who is a key part for the Aston Villa team. He is at risk along with Douglas Lewis. No casualty from the Wolves side. No player who is at risk because the Wolves team is full of Portuguese players. Uh, then the next week that we move on to Southampton Leeds game, and Rafinha is at risk again. He has been the player who has been the most influential for Leeds. So
And he
you never know
actually
what's going
scored.
to happen with
And he
Leeds. They
actually
might.
scored. And he actually scored 2 goals today.
No, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
So again, that confirms that he has played today. So he might not feature anywhere over the weekend. We'll keep track of it definitely. For the Brentford versus Chelsea game, Thiago Silva. I think Rudiger is suffering from a back injury. And Thiago Silva would have been a crucial part, like who would have definitely featured. But again, he is also at risk over here. Just 40-hour gap between the Brazil, where he'll be representing Brazil, and then Chelsea. So not too big of a gap. Can we go to the next? Yeah. So the list continues over here. For Everton, West Ham, there is not many players who's missing, who are going to miss the game, but just one for Everton, that is 𝗕𝗓𝗓. 𝗕𝗓𝗓 again has been has been consistently featuring in the Everton game, but I think with the 64-hour gap that they have, I think 𝗕𝗓𝗓 might be able to feature, because as you can see in this second slide, it's every team has more than 64 hours, I would say, gap. So the players might play. There is a higher chance of these players in this side might to feature for the respective teams. But yeah, for Everton, 𝗕𝗓𝗓 is at risk. For the Newcastle Tottenham, I think this is the most number of players that are at risk for the weekend fixture, for this weekend fixture. Christian Romero, Giovanni Lo Celso, Emerson Royal. I think, yeah, 4 are from Tottenham that are at risk, and then
Yeah.
I don't know how Tottenham is going to cope up. They are already in a bad patch, and these, I think, Davinson Sanchez has been playing regularly. Emerson Royal, yeah, he has been playing regularly for the past 2-3 games, if I'm correct. Lo Celso has now started to gel with the team to get into the team. Again, he'll be sitting out, and I like this player personally, Lo Celso. He is one of the creative players in Tottenham right now. So yeah, and Christian Romero, and for Newcastle, it's Miguel Almiron. I think Almiron has formed a good partnership with Saint-Maximin, and who was that other guy? I'm forgetting.
Joelinton.
Joelinton, yeah. Joelinton. So his absence, if he does not play, can harm Newcastle again. But yeah, these are the list of players that we have showed who will be missing the fixture. Uh, who might miss the fixtures in this particular game week.
Yeah, okay. Thanks, Saurav, for that. So before we actually move to our team reveal, we always go how we did actually in the previous game week. So we are overall 478 points. We again jumped up almost 11,500 ranks in the overall rank. So we're up to 71,000. I'm not sure how much points we're actually behind for the 50K. Definitely it's not more than 7 to 8 points. Definitely. So we're still very clumped up together with the people who are in and around the same point. So I think we're in about like 6 to 7 weeks we'll probably be scattered a little bit more. So we'll probably be able to find out a little bit more about ourselves, where we are actually lying in the actual positions. But game week points was 46. Our squad value is 100.5, which is good. We still have another 0.6 in the bank. So we did do not a couple of changes. I think we did one change in the team. So we'll go ahead and reveal our team now.
So I think for keeper, I think between Guetta and I think Guetta and Sanchez, I think it was a clear choice that we wanted to pick Sanchez, because right now obviously we have because Brighton is playing against Norwich. We're confident that Sanchez will be able to Brighton will be able to keep a clean sheet in that fixture. So hopefully our prediction is favoring us in that aspect.
But you do know, right, that 𝗕𝗓𝗡𝗡𝗥 actually scored 3 goals in the international break.
A lot of things happen over the international break. We cannot heed to everything.
Well, Ronaldo also scored a hat trick. It doesn't mean that he'll be scoring for United. So
It,
Oh
it
man,
it's
doesn't.
come on!
just
Don't say
No, no,
it's he.
that's that's a different thing. It doesn't mean that he'll be playing for United. Also, he might be benched.
exactly,
That
exactly.
doesn't
So
score.
yeah, I mean, Ole could definitely say that he played the whole 90 minutes. So I think he needs to rest.
Yeah,
I think he needs to preserve his marquee players. So I think that could definitely
He
be the
needs to
case for,
rest. Yeah,
yeah.
he needs to
So
rest.
yeah, he needs to rest and preserve the marquee players. So moving on to the defensive lineup, I think we've decided to keep Rudiger, Duffy, and Alexander as a back three because as per the reports from Liverpool camp, we've been hearing that Trent is actually back at training, so there is no point or there is no reason for Trent to be actually rested in that fixture because hopefully he is fit enough to actually start in that game itself. Rudiger seems to have some sort of a back injury right now, but right now we've not heard anything whether Chelsea has or Tuchel has made any comments whether Rudiger will not be available for this fixture. So for now, we actually have to we're keeping him against against Brentford. If it changes, maybe we'll pick somebody from our bench from our substitute. So we'll have to wait and see for that. Again, just as Sanchez, Duffy definitely seems to be a solid pick for us right now against Norwich.
yeah. So then the next is the midfielders that we are going to talk about. Salah, again, a no-brainer, but you can see he's a vice captain for us because of the risk that we have been running for, like the things that we have experienced for for past 3 to 4 game weeks, that the player playing in the first match does not generally perform well. So yeah, Salah is there, and then Rafinha. I know we have mentioned that he's a risk, but just because of that, we cannot be transferring out every other player from the team. So Rafinha is there. Hopefully, he plays. Mbuemo, I know it's a tough fixture against Chelsea. They have, but it is their home, and Brentford have been playing really well. The partnership with Tony has been striking. They have been able to strike gold for Brentford in past couple of games. So I think I hope the same form he's able to reproduce against Chelsea. Sorry, Rohit. The next player is Gray. We were kind of thinking, should we have Gray? Should we have Gray, and or should we put Townsend? Because of the fact that DCL and Richarlison are back, but we went through actually credits to Rishabh. He actually saw the initial couple of team sheets and the lineup, how the formation actually, how Rafa Benitez has been setting up with Gray and with Richarlison and DCL in the team. He generally plays a number 10 position, and that gives him more chances of scoring goals, being in front of the goals. So that's why we went at the Gray. Uh, and that is our midfield.
Yeah, and just so that our viewers know, I think we've shown Embuemo as our pick, but we've still not made the confirmation transfer. We know we just heard in the morning that Torres is actually going to be sidelined for about a month, and that's what the transfer is from Torres to Embuemo. So we're still thinking about. Do let us know if we should consider someone else, and we'll definitely put our team sheets put our team sheets in on the social media in a while, so you should definitely see that.
Yeah.
For our forwards, we had Jimenez, Maximan, and Ronaldo. Definitely no change from our last week as well. I think Jimenez definitely found some form, gave us a couple of assists in the Wolves game. Aston Villa, again, they're very iffy, I would say, in terms of defense at the moment as well. They're still trying to find their feet, gelling their team. Uh, Given even Jimenez scored, I think, again, going back to the international break that we had, Jimenez played pretty well in that game as well, in the Mexico shirt. Maximan, again, we don't really. Again, I am going to say the same thing as I said yesterday. I'm not very sure how Newcastle is going to respond in that game. Tottenham themselves don't look really confident in their own team. I don't know what Nuno's trying to do as well. Fans will definitely be behind Newcastle this games, and it is at home. you might expect some firecrackers from St. Maximin, because I'm pretty sure that is one of the team members who is going to stay with the team, and he's not going to be that player who's going to be shipped out in the next 6 months. So definitely he's a good keeper as of now. And then Ronaldo, I mean, what do you have to say about Ronaldo? And like, yeah, he's been not scoring in the last couple of game weeks, but given what Leicester's defense has been, they have at least shipped 2 goals in every one of their matches in the last 3 game weeks, I guess. Um, but basically, yeah, they have shipped a lot of goals. So Ronaldo is pretty much a no-brainer for us. Still trying to find who our captain might be. We might change, but for now, our pick is most probably going to be on Ronaldo. Coming to our bench, we have Guaita. Definitely between Guaita and Sanchez, as Roel mentioned, there is no. It's a no-brainer for us. Obviously, Norwich, being Norwich, we don't want to take a risk. So Sanchez makes sure that he keeps his place. Yeah, unless we hear otherwise just before the deadline, if Alexander Arnold or Rudiger is not going to play based on their injury report, we might come in with Livramento, who might Livramento or even Semedo, who might just take their places. Both of them, to be very honest, are really good options. Leeds at home for Livramento and Aston Villa away for Semedo. Both of them pretty good options. Both of them can easily give the clean sheet. And lastly we have Gallagher. I don't think he will he will be substituted in one to our, in our team, so that's why he's the third option in our bench.
Yeah, I think this is one of the most tentative sides which we have right now, because we're still very unsure. We'll probably be having a long discussion, a healthy debate tomorrow evening. So there's a lot of things to reconsider, and obviously to see if there are any new developments related to the squad changes, or against at least the squad availability at least. So we'll be able to decide whether who we need to play, or if we need to use our second substitute for this week as well. Definitely we'll be having at least one substitute in this one. So yeah, let's see which one we ultimately land on. So yeah, that's all we have for this week. And for in terms of for captaincy picks, we definitely have, I think, Salah, Lukaku, and Ronaldo. And I think the other couple of options which we have picked are Son and I think Son, Foden, and De Bruyne. So yeah, I think circling back, we've already covered what Salah brings to this match against Watford. I think it's pretty clear where our confidence lies in this one as well. I think Salah definitely seems to be a great pick, because I think he has not put a foot wrong in this season so far. 9 games and 9 goals so far in all across all competitions, something which is one of his best starts to his season so far in a Liverpool shirt. Ronaldo, obviously, we all know, I mean, what Ronaldo brings to the table as well. So I
Yeah.
guess it's important to understand where, like as Rishabh mentioned, that Leicester has been leaking goals, and maybe Ronaldo being picked as a captain is not such a bad option either. Hopefully, United is able to figure out, and Ole has been able to figure out how he needs to rack up his playing 11 as well. The other thing which I believe is that Rashford is maybe available from this week as well. So maybe if Rashford starts this week, you probably start seeing Sancho on his
On his wing, right.
preferred side in the right side. So maybe we'll be seeing a lot of better attacking capabilities from Sancho, who has actually been playing a last couple of game weeks, in which he looked pretty solid as well from the left wing as well. So hopefully from the right he becomes even more threatening, where obviously like players like Van Bissaka don't usually go up front more. So maybe Sancho also is able to contribute more towards in the attacking capabilities, and Ronaldo, obviously being the poacher, can definitely score one or two more goals in that aspect.
Yeah. The only issue for me, in these three picks is all of them have away games, right? So those I mean, yeah, I mean, pretty much like, given what their fixtures are, it's anyone can give you like really good game week points. Watford, we all know, how their team is. Leicester, we all talked about. Brentford is one of a is one of the tricky fixtures. But I'm very sure that who don't own Ronaldo are going to pick Lukaku as their captains. I don't know if you feel that.
Yeah, then I don't know if Lukaku is actually a out and out captaincy pick, because right now he's averaging around 4.5 points per game week, which is not solid for an out and out striker right now. Like we mentioned in the last couple of videos as well, that Chelsea's gameplay is not revolving around Lukaku, just like United actually Ronaldo revolves around Ronaldo. It's not happening with Lukaku right now, and Lukaku actually needs the ball to actually obviously score a lot more, and actually needs the touch of the ball to actually get into those box positions to actually score those those beautiful goals which he scored in the first four game weeks itself. So yeah, looking at that, I don't know if that is actually the case, because right now Timo Werner is the one who's actually looking more threatening than Lukaku at this stage. So you never know if Timo Werner and Lukaku both start in the match against Brentford. You never know, maybe Werner is the one who's actually outscoring Lukaku in that one as well.
Yeah. And then I guess obviously we do have to talk about the City fixture, which is Burnley at home. We just mentioned that Torres is going to be out. So, and Jesus, we don't know if he's gonna play. I think he's going to start, but
But
can't
yeah,
be sure. But for that, I think Foden definitely plays in this game. De Bruyne definitely plays in this game.
for sure.
So I think both of them are pretty good captaincy choice as well. And Son, again, it's Newcastle away, but he's been. I think I mentioned it in the previous episode as well. Like, he looked very electric in the last 2 game weeks before the international break, where he played against that in the Europa Conference League and the game against Aston Villa. So he looked pretty electric. Everything was flowing through him. So yeah, you can expect some points from Newcastle, from Son.
Yeah. So yeah, and I think Son is definitely a differential captain as well, because I don't think a lot of people are considering him maybe as a captaincy pick as well. So yeah, if you want to maybe take the gamble and want to maybe just see, because I think if Spurs are scoring, I think Son is definitely going to be involved either in assists or goals. So yeah, I think it's not an option which you don't want to consider as well. I think you can definitely go for him as well in that game week if you're not comfortable with Salah or Ronaldo, and let's say if you don't have Lukaku in the team as well. So I don't think people right now have Foden or De Bruyne based on the ownership percentage. Majority of the people don't have, because their ownership is less than 3% right now. So yeah, I think it's going to be very difficult to for those 3% to actually look at our videos and consider, okay, that they have the ideas for picking City players as captains as well. But yeah, I'm really excited for Premier League to return back to action, and hopefully our teams are able to score, and actually our team is able to give us the points and keep our green upward mark ticking as well. We've
Yes.
always been able to do that. So hopefully the trend continues for us. Let's hope for the best, and do let us know if you guys have any other captaincy options as well. We definitely like to know, and let's engage in the comment section for now, and stay tuned for the game week 9 videos as well, and do remember to like, share, and subscribe to our videos. I'll follow the Late Winner Show on the social media handles, for which you can find the links in the description below. So catch you guys later next week, guys. Thank you.
Thank you.